Hey guys, today we're going to be making some fracture text in Cinema 4D. So here's the end result. It's pretty awesome. Let's do it. Okay, here's the end scene, so I'll just create a new document. Let's get started. Okay, first we're going to want to make the text, and so create a text spline, type your text, pick a font if you want to. I think, what did I use last time? That's it. Now we're going to add an extrude NURBS. Drop this text spline onto the extrude NURBS. Now, unlike the last couple of times we've done this, we don't want to actually have any movement. We still want to actually create some 3D, like polygons and stuff, but we don't want to like have depth and stuff. So it's just flat like this. Okay. Now we're gonna hit C, and it's not going to make any children because there's no caps this time, and we'll just delete the tag and rename it. Okay, now for part 2. What we want to do is go into our face mode and right click and go knife. Now turn off restrict to selection, and we don't have any depth, so we don't need to turn that off. Now you can do it as random as you like, with like random size bits. I prefer to keep them kind of even. Come on, that's better. I don't know why, but sometimes it doesn't stick. I'll give 2 for every letter vertical. Knifing away. Almost done. And there. Okay, so that's the faces all cut up. Ow, that was my thumb and that really hurt. But anyway, hit Command A to select all the faces and go function, where is it? Disconnect. And don't preserve groups. Okay, now what that means is if I just select one, my move tool, if I just select one and try, oh, damn it. If I select one, I can just move it on its own. It doesn't get pulled by any other polygons. Okie dokie. Now we want to start fracturing it. So we're going to go into our MoGraph and add a fracture object, a shader effector, and a random effector. Drop the fracture text onto the fracture object. Why isn't that? There we go. And drop the random effector onto the shader effector. Now go to the fracture object and go to effectors, and it will probably already have the shader effector there, either that or the random effector. Make sure you have both of them in there. Now, go back to our 3D view. There we go. Now you notice it's not on the line anymore. That's because our shader effector, random effector has moved it. So if we turn that off, it changes it. So what we'll do is tell this we want to move it position, rotation. Now for the rotation, we'll make it 30, 40, 130. And for this, we'll go turn off scale. position. How much was it? Negative. We'll just try 1,000. And see what that's done is that it's moved it out there and flipped it upside down, but it isn't fractured yet. It's because we need to go to our fall off and choose box, and for the random shape, choose box. Now, what this is going to do is, now we need to scale them to the right size. So we'll move this up, go to our scale tool. Now there's two different things we need to change. We need to change the outside, the yellow, which will pull the red one inside it with it, and the red one, which only affects itself, like so. Now do the same for the other one. You'll see it's adding more of an effect as it gets bigger, because its effect area gets bigger. And let's just try it. Remove this. You'll see that the text flies back in as we move it out of its position, out of where its effect range is. Both of them does that. Okay, now under fracture object, I'm going to change mode to explode segments. So now, when we move this, they should, see, now they fall back individually instead of as the whole thing. Okay, now, we'll make this more random. 30, 40, 130. I don't know why I picked those numbers, I just did, and they worked well, so let's use them. And you can add scale if you want. I don't really want to add a scale. So now if we select both of these and we move it, you'll see it flies in. So okay, we'll add some keyframes. So on frame 0, hit this button, and we'll only make it a 3-second animation, so we'll go to frame 90, move that 100% out of the way, and hit that button again, and now it animates. So if we hit play, text falls back to where it was. Now we're going to add some materials. Now, I really liked the material from the first one, so I'm just going to copy that because I'm being lazy. And you can make whatever materials you like. This will probably work with just about anything. And we'll drop that onto our shadow object, fracture object, sorry. And we'll add a floor. Drop it down. Oh, that was the text again. Fail. Motorcycle. That's where it should be. Anyway, so that's there, and I'll show you how I made that floor texture. It's just go to a reflection and go to, oh, no, was it reflection? Yeah, reflection. I think turn the blurriness, but we'll put it down because that just makes it look like disgusting. So that's kind of blurry. Try 50. That's a bit too much. Try 35. 35 seems good. We'll add 35 to the floor. And, oh, don't want to move it. White light. Back. And we'll see how that looks. That's looking pretty awesome. Now, in the video I showed you, it's got some camera movement. So if you just animate your camera to, you'll see in this window here. It's pointing at the screen. You're not going to be able to see that. So you see the camera moves along with the shader and random effectors. And that's how to do fracture text in Cinema 4D. Enjoy.